structures. I'll send you some programs. I'll send you some already, whatever I have done, I will send you some programs just to practice those programs, because we are not executing, as we will go fast, we will not be executing all the things. So I'll just send you those, try to see and execute those. Whatever is if you don't understand whatever is there in it, you just tell me, I'll just say you. But in case, small things definitely again I'll just cover, but try to execute all the programs. I'll send you today itself in your mail. Coming to your structures, I think already we have not done structures yet, I guess. So we'll start with structures and then we'll go with pointers and structures. Structures is very important in C programming, because whatever we are doing is again whatever we will do in future, like device drivers programming or RTOS, everything needs structures only. So definitely we have to deal with it. So we will go with structures and then we will see pointers with structures. If at all, if I am not audible, just either ping me or okay. So now, what is a structure? Like array is a combination of similar data types. Structure is a combination of dissimilar data types, or you can say different data types. So it's collection of, it can be a collection of integer, char, float, anything. So it is a user-defined data type, we can say. Okay. So here we will be writing a small program for structure, and then we will go with what is the how to deal with it. Okay. So first of all, no. So here, how to declare a structure. Either you can declare a structure outside your main function or inside your main function. We will declare it outside the main function, like we are declaring your functions, but it's not necessary. You can declare your structures inside in your main function also. So here we are creating a structure. So the keyword for your structure is struct, and then what name we want to give it. So generally we start with accounts only. So then we will write something like account. Okay. Now the name of our structure we are giving is account. Okay. So here it will start and end with your opening and closing braces. Now inside this account we need to declare what we want to store in it. Now if you say account, you will have some details like name of the person, then you will have account number, and what is the balance you have, all these things you will have. So generally your account number is nothing but integers. Okay, account underscore number we are declaring, and then however we are declaring your normal data type, we need to declare that data type only, but we are declaring it within this opening and closing braces inside this structure. Okay. So next what we are giving is what is the name. So name we will give it a string. So char account underscore name. We will give it something like 15 or 20 alphabets we can give. Then what we have is balance. So balance can be float. So float account underscore balance. Okay. So now this is the declaration of our structure. first we will write one single structure and then I'll say different declaration you can use for structure, and then here we will have a semicolon which specifies that yes, the structure declaration is over. Okay, so this is our structure declaration. The same thing you can write it in main function also. Now what we need to do is, as this is a data type, what we said, whenever it is a data type we need to declare it. Now we have created this data type and the name of that data type is now account. So here we need to call it again when we want to use it. So here what we will do is, again we will write structures, which structure we want to call. You want to have something like structure account. Okay, and now declare the variables for this. So here the variables are something like how many people are there. So we can say a person 1, person 2 and person 3. So these are 3 people or 3 persons whose account details we need to store. So we need to declare your account. That means now P1, P2, P3, all the 3 people will have these 3 details: account number, account name and account balance. Okay, so here what we will do is we will directly enter the data and then we will display. Okay, so first of all we will write something like printf. Printf enter the details. And then you have scanf to enter the details. So here the details are like, first one is percentile D, and second is percentile S. Why? Because it is a string. And third is percentile S. Okay, and now okay, so here now the thing comes, how to enter or store. We have P1, P2, P3 as well as structure account. So here how to store this. So that how to store, generally we are storing it using scanf operation, right? So scanf we give address of. Now how to give this address of? We have to give this address like here P1 dot is the structure operator. Okay, so dot is the structure operator. We have to give it like P1 dot account underscore number, comma. Second one again address of P1 in P1. That means P1 is a structure, and in this we are storing it in this element called account number. Similarly, P1 dot account underscore name, comma, address of P1 dot account underscore balance. Okay, so this is the declaration we use. Here you have something like or A1, A2, sorry, here you have this P1, P2, P3, you call it as structure variables. These are structure elements or structure variables. You can, sorry, these are structure variables and these you call it as structure elements. Okay, so here, and this dot operator is called, dot operator is used to access the structure elements. So we will take 3 and then we will store it for P1, P2 and P3. Similarly, we will write scanf printf once and then. So this is to enter. Now we need to print it, right? So we will write one printf statement for displaying all the data we entered. Similar, same thing here. This is for percentile D, percentile S as well as percentile F. And in place of address of, we are directly writing P1 dot account number, account underscore numbers, comma P1 dot account underscore name, comma P1 dot account underscore balance. That's it. So here I will change this to P2. Then you have P3, P3, okay, so this is your simple structure program. Okay, so here if you run this, let's see. Okay, so here we are getting errors, and that error is even dot account name. It's a cat pointer of warning. Okay, it's a warning, so there is no problem. Enter the details. So I'm writing something. My account number is 123 and name is person 1, balance is something like 2267. Then the second person account number 124, person 2, 124, 25, person 3. Okay, so here if we see, we are getting some different. Okay, yes, we are getting correct details only. It is asking us 123, 124, and 125, and it is giving us details. Here, as we have not written, we have written directly only percentile F and not percentile 1F, 2F, or 3F. That's why we are getting this like 6 digit after it. If we say, it will just round off to 1 digit, 2 digit, or 3 digit. Otherwise, it's giving us correct details. Okay, so this is how the structure elements are extracted from your structure. Okay, now if we say here how to do it using your if okay, you try to do it like if we have array of structures. This is for 3 persons, right? So if we are not writing for 3 persons, and if you want to write for array some 10 persons, so just take an array like in place of so here in place of this particular structure upon P1, P2, P3, we can simply write it like here you can give like P of I or P of 10 people. So here if you do that, then you can use even for loop to enter the detail of 10 persons, and that will be stored in P of I, P of 0, P of 1, P of 2. So at that time what you need to do is here in place of this P directly, you need to simply write here P of, if you are using for loop, then use this like P of I. Okay, P of I here, and in place of P1, P2, P3, you need to write the array element. That's it. So in this is your simple array of structures. Okay. Now here one more thing we need to see is here you can give different declaration to your structure elements. Okay. So this is your one of the structure. This is one of the way of declaring the structure, and then you call it later. You you can even write directly like in main function. Obviously, this is your structure element, and here we can declare it like structure account. Here you can declare it directly in your main function. The details like here the account number is 123, comma person 1, comma 123. This is also a declaration. You can do this declaration when you don't want to use scanf. Okay, or you can directly write it in here itself. Okay, you can directly write here itself. This is also one type of declaration that you write declare your structure and directly give the details here. And one more thing you can do here is you can assign one person's detail to another person also. That means I can write like P2 equal to P1. So all the structure element details will be assigned from P1 to P2. That is available in your we can try this. Okay. And one more thing we have is we can declare one structure into another structure. Two structures can be incorporated in one structure itself. We will write one program for that, but we can write structure inside a structure. And the last thing we have here is now, okay, fine. Okay, so I think the basic of structure is clear. Sorry, I didn't see your message. Yes. Yes, I have started recording at starting itself. So this is simply a basic of your structure, but now we will see with the same structure thing we will see with your pointers. Okay. I'll just try to copy this structure. Now we will do it with structure pointers. Okay, so that was a simple structure. Now this is with structure with pointer. I'll try to execute some programs which are already written. First, let me finish the structures and then I'll show you some programs which we will directly execute such that you can see, and I'll just explain you what is there in it. Now, this time we will declare our structure inside our main function. So, structure, and this time we'll take something like book. A book will have some details like author name, and here we can say what is the price of the book, or cost of the book we can say. So here we will have it like cash, name of the book. So we'll give it like 10 only. And then we have care again, author, who is the author of the book. So again 10 I am giving, and then what is the cost of the book, which I am taking it like integer, cost of the book. So this is my structure, and I'll end my structure here. And then I'll call it struct book, and I'm taking some name like book 1, and I'm entering my details here itself, just like we have seen. So here we'll give some details, some book name of the book. I'll write something like ABC, and my author is XYZ. Cost of the book is 100 rupees. Okay, now we want to access these details using pointer variables. So generally when you are writing pointers with different data types, what we are doing, integer pointer, character pointer, or float pointer. So this is structure pointer. So we need to give the same thing. Struct book, like we are declaring a variable for structure, we need to declare the pointer the same way. So here struct book, and I am writing my pointer P. Okay, so this is my pointer. Now if you read this here, this is P is a variable pointer variable which is pointing to an structure which is book. Okay, and now I am passing the address of my book 1 to my structure variable. So P is equal to address of book 1. Okay, so this is again the same declaration. Now, but accessing here is different. How we are doing accessing, these two ways we will see. Generally, if we are printing, how we are printing is using dot operator, because structure operator is dot operator. So here percentile S is percentile. So here the space will not be given unless and until you write \t. \t is for tab character, but I am not writing it. But if you give space in printf also, it will not take that printf. Okay, and then last one is your percentile D, and here \n, and we are giving it, if you are accessing structure element, we are writing it like book 1 dot name, right? Book 1 dot name, comma book 1 dot author, and then book 1 dot cost. This is your structure variable. Then structure variable. Sorry, this is how we access structure elements. But when you are using pointers, we need to access it in. We can't access it same way like we have done it with structure elements. So here we need to do it like. So the book 1 address has been assigned to P, right? So we will access it like P1. Sorry, P. P is our structure element, but in place of dot operator, we will use this arrow operator. Okay, so here we use this arrow operator for accessing name, comma P1, P author, and then again arrow operator for. So the difference here for declaration, you can say declaration, but accessing. So if you are accessing normal structure, you need to use dot operator. If you are accessing structure elements using pointer variables, you need to use arrow operator. So let's run it. This is how you access your structure elements. We didn't got any error. Okay, you see this? The same thing we have seen. You will see XYZ and handle using both the structure as well as the pointers. Okay. Now we'll see one more thing, and that is using function. Okay, just now we have done whatever we have done is using this. We will just change in this only, but that we need not write our program again. So here in place of this, now what I want to do is I want to write a function. Okay, so what I'll do is as I'm accessing this whole thing, I'll just keep this outside. I'm declaring my structure book here and I'm writing one more function. Okay, so here my function name I'll write, I'll declare my function name then. So here I'm writing my function void, and here I'll print my structure element using pointer. So here print function, and what we are passing here. Now here we will pass the address of structure variable. So here we are passing our structure function. Okay, so structure, as we have seen this is our structure pointer. So here we will pass this. So for our declaration again it is same struct book, and then here we need to write one pointer. That's it. This is our declaration of our function, and here in our print function we will write void print function. What we want to do here is, here we need to give a name. So again I am giving something like pointer P only, and here what we are doing is simply printing it. Okay, so I will write this. I will just cut this and I will write this here. So now what we are trying to do is, we are trying to access this using, we are combining your pointer functions as well as your structures. So here what I will do now is, this is our declaration, and then we don't need this here. We don't need this here, as well as this also we don't need, but after declaration what we will do is we will call this printf function, print function, and we will pass the address of this book 1. Okay, so here address of book 1. That's it. This should work perfectly. We will try to execute this. If you see this is using your function. Okay. Okay. I will show you some more programs. This is the basic of your structure. This is, I hope this is clear till here. Now I'll just try to execute some simple programs, and I'll just copy and paste it rather than writing, so that we will not be wasted and we can go with other things. I'll send you all the programs, but before that I'll just execute some of them. So here we have one more thing called error or hash defined in C. We will see that. Okay. Wait a time. I think I'll not be able to copy. Okay, so here we have no. Now we are taking some variable called int x equal to 20, and then what we are doing is we are just trying to find out whether the value of this is 20 or not. If it is 1, or okay, we can say that if this is 1 or some other value, whatever you want. If it is that value, so what we need to do is we need to simply show the error. So here it is like hash error. Hash error is a statement of a directive. So here we will just write it like this is error encountered. Okay. That's it. This is our program. We'll see whether this is working perfectly or not. I'll okay. Here I close this and we will run this program. Okay, so here this is not taking it in Linux, so we will just try to find out. I'll try to find out and I'll say you have not executed it in